Good morning, everyone. Those were two good speeches from Dij and Sudhakar. Thank you for that. Good morning, folks. My name is Prateek, and I head the marketing for Fitbit for Middle East and Africa region at Google. I personally have been in this region for over 15 years, basically, and I've worked with the prominent multinational in a similar role. And I have personally seen the brands grow. I joined Fitbit when it was still in more or less a startup 2.0 kind of phase, and now, of course, we are part of Google. So we have seen how the brand grows. And to talk about what is a brand, let's look at a bit of history as to how the brand word itself came into existence. Well, the brand as a word is coming from an Old Norse word, which is now known as the Nordics region. And the word was brander, which actually just meant the branding of livestock. That's correct. Basically, labeling your cows and sheep with the name of the owner is how the word came into existence, which was about 4,000 years back, which became a bit of an interesting fact for me. And then when I started to read about it, and this is not recently, this is like long back, about a decade or more back when I started my marketing thing, and that's when I kind of started reading about brand management and stuff. And that's when I got to know about this fact, and I thought it would be a great thing to share about this today. And how it progressed was basically after the Industrial Revolution, which came around 17th or the 18th century, came the era of mass production. And mass production meant that consumers now had access to more products than ever. And that was the birth of the competition as well. And that was when a single product was offered by more than one manufacturers, which became a necessity then for the manufacturers to stand up and identify themselves differently and take ownership of the product that they produced. That is how the modern day brand, which is then defined in the Oxford Dictionary, it's as a type of a product or a service which is sold by a particular company under a particular name. The Oxford Dictionary definition came into existence. And another fun fact is that Samson ropes, which I also got to know when I was researching about it, as I mentioned, about a decade back when I was studying brand management, is the first ever registered trademark and a brand back in 1884, and it's actually still in use, which is a great interesting thing. And I saw their logo last night just to check that this fact still stands true, and it is actually. So they have now a much beautiful logo and a much beautiful branding. But it's interesting. Like since 1884 was the first brand, and how things have evolved. And now we are in something called as what we call it as a golden era of branding, wherein brand is not just about a product or a service being sold. It's pretty much like an unsaid promise, right? I mean, when you buy into a product or when you experience a service, it's pretty much a promise that is being delivered by the company itself to its consumer. It's a promise, it's a bunch of values that come along with that. And that is what, in my thoughts, is a true brand. And that is what creates a brand for any consumers experiencing a product or a service. And talking about Fitbit itself. So Fitbit was founded back in 2007. And how it all started was by these two gentlemen, respected gentlemen on the screen, James Park and Eric Friedman, who are our founders and co-founders, and they are still pretty much in the business, part of the Google family now. But back in 2006 was the launch of Nintendo Wii, another great brand which I cherish, and I think that was the first product that I gifted my wife on the first Christmas. So that is another brand that I cherish. But yeah, these two gentlemen were the early adopters of technology, and they were playing the first ever Nintendo Wii that got launched in 2006. And those who are familiar with Nintendo Wii comes with a motion controller, and then you have to play and move and stuff. And they got excited about, hey, how can we capture this physical moment? And how can we kind of get technology to help people monitor what activity that they are doing? Ladies and gentlemen, that was the birth of the activity trackers of Fitbit basically back then. And today I feel each one of us in this room is part of this movement, whether you are using a tracker, a smartwatch, or even just a smartphone to track your 10,000 steps. 10,000 steps as a concept was commercialized first by Fitbit as a company. Although it was actually, again, another fun fact, 10,000 steps is yes, commercialized by Fitbit, but it has been existing since the 1960s Olympics in Japan. It was actually founded by a Japanese, actually, for Olympics. I don't remember which year was it, but definitely the Olympics in Japan was in 1960s, and it was a question on one of the Indian versions of Who Wants to Be Millionaire as well in few episodes back. But yeah, so it was definitely founded by a Japanese, but then commercialized by our brand, Fitbit. And we, as a company, were almost named as Fitcardo. Another very, very interesting and fun fact. No prizes for guessing. It was just because the two founders loved avocado. And of course, they were finding something or founding something related to fitness. So they almost named the company as Fitcardo. Well, in my opinion, Fitbit definitely sounds better, but and thank God that we did not name it Fitcardo. But it would have been cool as well as a brand. So yeah, exactly. For those who are wanting to form or found a fitness company, there you go. You have a name, and it's actually not trademarked till now. So yeah, go for it. But yeah, I mean, so that is how the brand Fitbit came into existence. We have been on a mission since 2007 to help everyone in the world become healthier, and this has never changed. In early 2021, about 2 years back, we joined the Google family. And now we are part of Google, which arguably or probably is one of the, again, most well-known and most valued brand on the earth, basically on the planet Earth, I feel. Talking further about branding is what defines a brand is brand attribute. And for those who are thinking what is this term brand attribute, it's probably just a trait. It's a characteristic of a brand. It's like you're talking or you're introducing a person sitting next to you and saying, hey, meet this person. That is what the brand attributes are. That is what the people, when they think about your brand or when they talk about your brand, should kind of talk about. The brand is XYZ. The brand is very lovable. The brand is very friendly. The brand is very personalized. Talking about personalization from my previous speaker, Sudhakaran. So that is what are something called as brand attributes. So these are the traits or characteristics of the brand. As Fitbit, we have four brand attributes, but for today's discussion, I feel there are two attributes which I thought I should include, and these are the two key pillars for us as a brand. First and foremost is inclusivity. Whatever we do, whether it's a marketing campaign, whether it's a product, or whether it's just a subject line in the email, basically, one of the core attributes that we have as a brand is inclusivity, which means whatever your age is, whatever your ethnicity is, whatever your body type, we want to help each and everyone on their journey to better health. And we feel that everyone on this planet Earth deserves a better health. That is why inclusivity is one of our key brand attributes. And that is what we want people to define Fitbit as, that it is inclusive. It is for me. Anyone who, whatever body type, whatever gender, race, ethnicity, could say that Fitbit is for me. That is what is our topmost brand attribute. Second example is motivation, is motivating basically. So we also want to be a brand which is known to motivate people. No matter where you are in your health journey, everyone deserves to be living with confidence and getting up each morning and being motivated to go on their life. That is what is the second brand attribute that I wanted to kind of put forward as an example of what brand attributes are. So these two are the top brand attributes that we work for day and night. And these brand attributes then help you define what a brand community is. Brand community, again, is a group of people who are emotionally connected with your brand and emotionally connected with each other. So it's not just any other community. So we all maybe are staying in a community, in a real estate community, or going for playing. But when we talk about brand community, there is a bit of emotion attached to it. And that is what is the key. So the brand attributes then help you define what the brand community is. For us, again, brand community is core at what we do. In fact, back in 2017, we launched a specific section in our app called Fitbit Community, which helped people find like-minded friends, join groups, or even find a running event which is happening near you. So that is how important the brand community is. Over the last 14 years, we have inspired millions of people to live a more healthier and active life. So this is what our brand community is as big as. And the next comes is brand loyalty. So once you have developed brand community, then you get into something called as brand loyalty. And talking about brand loyalty, again, going back into history of marketing and history of advertising, word of mouth was probably one of the first advertising mechanism. And I think it's still very much relevant in today's world. It is free, A. And second, it is impactful because of the brand loyalty that people have. Once you have brand loyalty, then you become a kind of an advocate for the brand, and you communicate through word of mouth to your friends, to your relatives, etc. But I think in today's world, what is important and what even comes even before brand loyalty is actually brand love. And the reason why is that you might love a brand even before you buy into it, even before you experience it, just by seeing that brand, maybe a car driving on the road, maybe a phone on your neighbor's hand or whatever it is. You might kind of fall in love with a brand even without experiencing. And that's why I feel personally that brand love comes even before brand loyalty. At Fitbit and now at Google, brand community, brand love is of prime importance. And we have been working tirelessly to ensure that our community is kind of at utmost importance, and whatever we do, whatever we deliver is focused towards them. One of such example is Dubai Fitness Challenge, which people of Dubai who are resident over here would be knowing is an initiative by Crown Prince. And we as Fitbit have been working with Dubai Tourism over the last 4-5 years to kind of bring this event to life each year. And it just got concluded with about 2.2 million people joining it, including the famous Dubai Run and Dubai Ride. So these are all such initiatives, local-driven initiatives that we as a brand do to empower our community. And these are the things which I feel that helps building a brand. I'll close with a video, which again is very local to Dubai. And once you see the video, you will realize the things which are said in the video are how common these are, and it's from one of a real-life Fitbit users from our community, which we kind of found through the Fitbit in-app community. And yeah, just have a look at the video, and then I can take any questions.
Being a mother is of course rewarding, but it's not always easy. I mean, you are trying to balance between children, work, socializing with friends, and everything in between. So definitely working out and sleeping well always get left behind. After giving birth to my second child, Kyla, I got this kind of light bulb moment of, hey, you really need to start taking care of yourself. I mean, I've been taking care of everyone in the family. And unknowingly, I've forgotten about myself. And that's exactly when I decided I need to take control of my life. I was struggling with post-pregnancy weight gain, and it wasn't just about that. It was about feeling better physically and mentally. But I was a new mom, managing a new home, so I knew I couldn't do it alone. I needed a coach or a friend who could motivate me and put me back on track. That's when I found Fitbit, which became my perfect companion throughout my challenging journey to a better health. One of the things that I love the most about Fitbit is how it helps you understand your body. Like, I never knew how important it is to track your heart rate zones during an exercise. It's like your body's talking to you, telling you go for it. You can hit that goal today. Now 6 years later, I just can't see myself working out without my Fitbit. And not only this, Fitbit motivated me to chase my dream to become a certified personal trainer. My kids also have Fitbit devices, and now they understand the importance of exercise and healthy habits from a young age. As a personal trainer, my goal is to guide and motivate other moms to listen to their bodies and to lead a healthier and happier life, just like Fitbit helped me do the same. Listen to your body, feel your power.